What the fuck is going on?
Ladies and gentlemen, is this thing on? Welcome to Joker TV. We got a very special guest today. Malcolm. It's a pleasure to finally be able to meet you.
It's a weird ass dream.
Oh, hello, beautiful. I have to say, you really are beautiful. But welcome to Joker TV. It's gonna be a very lovely show today. Miss Nikki, can you let them know what's going on today, please?
No, I'm not feeding for you.
Well, we're gonna have a very amazing artist today, and a lovely man with a lovely modeling agency. What do you agree, Malcolm? Thank you. So we'll be right back. Back in this break. Let's smile.
Motherfucker! You heard? Stop being from the damn step!
Yeah. I got that good life type of feeling, like, I'm getting money, I'm all good, you know what I'm saying? I get mad love, and, you know what I'm saying? Now, with me, real niggas, real people, they with me, fake people don't with me. I tell them till you get real, don't with me, my good people with me. I tell them, you know it's all good, come with me, people don't with me. I tell them till you get right, don't with me.
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry for the drama earlier. Some crazy guy dressed up in like face paint, something came in here. Just, it's all right. Sorry for the problem and everything. But we have a guest today. How are you?
Good, good.
Nice to meet you, Arthur.
Oh man, what's this? I need a check.
Oh, fucking joker, man. Fuck. Sorry about that, my brother. Anyway, how you doing, man?
Doing all right.
My bad.
No.
Forgot about me, as usual.
My bad. Everybody, shout out to Miss Nikki.
Thank you.
In the building.
Hi.
And so, you've done some projects. You were saying, Power, Queen of Slim.
Yeah, Queen of Slim is our latest film project. Power was our last TV project, and now, for those that don't know, they're going to be doing Power 2, Ghost, and that's going to be our latest project along with Stars Hightown, which is going to be dropping in 2020 of fall and summer.
Nice.
Yes,
Press and all that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So what kind of models do you look for in particular?
I go particularly based upon what I'm looking for at the time. Each project is different, so we look for talent of more so I focus on minorities.
Right.
I'm not even going to lie. I focus on the minorities. One, I'm a minority, so I want to make sure that we thrive in all aspects, whether it be in high fashion, whether it be the young ladies that are not so high fashion. I want to make sure that all, breed, of minorities, whether it be black, Spanish, have a shot, because I think that's what's missing in the industry right now. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. A lot of people want to just, put us in a box, and I'm here to, expand on that.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing I think that's always been missing, is that we're only good for a certain amount of things, but
like,
we're not
you
for
do
others.
this,
and I would like to try to be the first, if not the first, but one of the few to try to change that aspect. Yes.
Nice. Put us in different roles, man.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to start?
What inspired me to start was I used to model. And when I realized that the business needed more people like myself, which were more genuine, more self-conscious, being more, I think that's always what's missing in the industry as far as entertainment, is that people are not as self-conscious of the decisions that they make or the people that they help. There's always a hidden agenda. And I think that needs to be taken out of it and just say, hey, I want somebody pure that's going to help, young black men and black women, especially black women who are always degraded to one side of the industry and not give it to the forefront. We appreciate the Viola Davises and the Holly Berrys and the Taraji P. Hensons of the world, but I think women, much curvier should still get the due respect, and I think that's what's always missing. And I'm hoping to help push that forward. Not just be, the rap video vixen, all the time, which is okay, but it's not the status quo.
Yeah.
And I want to push the threshold, to say, hey, this is, women of curves could be a little bit something different. They could play the wife, they could play the, the powerful mother and everything like that. So.
And I think that's the issue. They don't get taken seriously.
Exactly.
So a lot of the parts, they do get a part, it's the hoe, the stripper, the side chick.
Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody loves a good stripper. But
Yes, we do.
everybody loves a good stripper.
Well, I mean, she could be a lawyer too.
Exactly.
Be a doctor.
I know a lawyer, little, and they're very smart, but it's also about the opportunities. Understand you have to hone your craft. You just can't come into it with I'm a pretty face or I've been told I can model. But okay, so when I ask you some things, if you can't answer, reevaluate. Don't be discouraged. Just reevaluate. Kind of come, in the forefront and say, hey, this is something I want to do. How do I hone my craft to try to be better?
Nice.
So
you help models that got them in the right direction.
yes, as an agent, and the difference between an agent and a manager, the manager is the person that helps the model or the actor or actress get to the position where meeting the agent, now you're at the table to say, hey, this is what we have casting for, or this is what a company is looking for. You may now fit this mold. Now the manager then comes in to say, hey, you need to start taking these acting classes. You need to work on this. You need to work on that. But as an agent, I'm the middle person between production companies or casting companies and the talent that they need to book.
Makes sense.
Yes, or you just need pure people. And I think that's what's missing, that people have this hidden agenda of, I'll help you, but what you gonna do for me? Yeah. I just think people just need,
Especially
help.
our people.
And
unfortunately.
and I hate to put it like that, but that is what it is.
Yeah.
In other cultures, it's
similar, but not as bad.
I mean, it's the bad thing about it is it's why you have the Harvey Weinsteins of the world.
Right.
Sorry, but it's true. Men in power always take advantage of those who are not. Instead of using your power for good, you use it for something evil.
For self-gain.
Self-gain, and then, it doesn't help. And I'm one of the few people, before social media, before the gossips and the shade rooms and things like that, which you're not going to see my name on, but they get caught up in those things, and that's the problem. I'm not a perfect man. I'm not even going to sit here and pretend to be, but
Nobody's perfect.
exactly. But the main thing is that my heart and integrity is always for the right. And that's to push and help the minority of women. Like Ms. Nikki said, those who are strippers, because I get strippers who are always like, hey, how can I do it? But somebody's looking at me wrong because I'm a stripper. And I'm like, it happens, but it's cool as well. When it's not something where if you don't ask the right questions, you think everybody's against you.
Right, exactly.
In the last couple of projects that we did, especially for like Stars for Power, we booked dancers. Pure, unadulterated dancers.
Right.
And they're always in this, spectacle about, I shouldn't do it, and they're not gonna pick me. And then when they get picked, they're like, oh my God, I got picked. I'm like, don't never sell yourself short.
Exactly.
I always tell the young ladies that I work with, if you're a little curvier here, don't sell yourself short.
Right.
Yeah, you got a little cellulite here, don't sell yourself short. Everybody's not perfect.
Yeah.
So go into
There's a role for everybody.
Right. So go into it with an open mind to say, hey, I have this opportunity. They tell me no, fine, but I'm not going to doubt myself.
Exactly.
And that's
Confidence is key.
Confidence
Absolutely.
is very
Confidence is
key.
key.
Very
So as y'all can see, this is the expert we have here on the show today. Where can they find you at?
You can find me on Instagram at ARABELLEMLLC for our Instagram. For our website, that would be ArabelleModeling.com. modeling.com. Again, ARABELLE modeling.com. Please check us out. We will love any and all opportunities, but again, don't come in there with a closed mind. Always come in there with an open mind. If you have questions, please ask. Because again, even if you don't get a chance to sign with our agency, I never have a problem turning away a person who has a genuine question. Because I think that's always what's missing. Somebody that may feel it's a stupid, no question. I always tell any young ladies that I work with or any gentleman that I work with, no question is stupid. Always ask.
Always.
Yeah.
All right, so it's coming on our show. Appreciate you,
Thank you very much for having me. I
coming.
We're gonna
appreciate
see you
it.
again soon.
Yes, sir.
And shout out to Miss
Nikki.
Nikki.
Nice meeting you.
Shout out
You too,
to
man.
Capital J who's not here, and shout out to that weird guy who was tying me up
Yeah, what
earlier.
is with that, man?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I never again. Don't let no random people at your studio. Don't let them in.
You said it
all
was
right?
the Joker.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
I
in the
kinda
Bronx
like
now they
him.
got all these people on the steps coming in here. Now they want to come to my TV show. Now they want to tear up my shit.
Nah, you like the Joker.
I mean,
So
I like
good.
bad guys, so.
I got your TV, everybody.
So, what kind of things do y'all like to draw? What kind of art like
Later.
drives you? What, like, that you're passionate about?
I'm a big fan of like comic books, American as well as Japanese manga.
Yeah.
So me, if I have to draw anything manga related, my ideal thing to sketch out would probably be like cyberpunk, anything sci-fi.
Nice.
Of course, I'm a big Dragon Ball fan. I'm talking about Dragon Ball all the way from the beginning
Dragon Ball, yeah.
to Super. I still watch it now. And video games, my first love. So anything that's good on the electronics, I'm down for.
Nice.
Me, like I love comic books like most people, but like my main love always been like manga and anime. Like the creativeness and the different styles and like it seems like manga you're not limited. Like American stuff, like you gotta be a certain way. Manga you can make a story about anything.
Right.
And I just love the way that they express their art.
Is that what you're making right now?
Yeah, and this is from one of my books coming out next month called Walk Among the Wolves. And it's like pretty much about it's a black girl and like her blood is immune to the virus.
Nice.
And like you know they got like zombies
Yeah.
and they be masked instead of zombies they like vampires. They live off of human blood. So like she's the key to the future.
Nice.
Nice.
Fire.
Yeah,
Sounds like a
me,
good story.
I'm working on a few things in the pipeline right now. Trying to get, things going because, man, these 2 jobs have got me all over the place. But I'm trying to strike out a little thing with my artwork. And I got like at least 5 different things I'm trying to just all consolidate and get writing because I write and I also sketch.
Nice.
And then trying to get my acting stuff out there too. Cool. It's a lot. It's a lot, but I definitely do like I said, American, seeing like all the DC and Marvel superheroes,
Right.
and then of course there's Image, and all these different like I like the rebellious aspect of Image comics, like you having like Spawn and a few others.
Yeah,
seeing
Spawn used to be my
seeing
shit.
different. Seeing a character, especially finding out that he was African American, and
Right.
seeing that he had these different, abilities and aspects, and it was cool, and you can get behind how, and it was also very mature and dark, but the story is kind of like grabbed you, and I liked a lot of 80s material as well that had those like aspects, like Alan Moore and
Right.
other people that wrote stuff like that. So if I was to write anything, it'd kind of be in that vein, or draw anything like that.
Did you hear that they're making a new Spawn movie?
I heard. I hope it's not, and it's crazy
Yeah,
because
I
I
didn't
actually
know
did
that.
meet.
That's cool.
I think Jimmy Fox is gonna be Spawn.
That's dope.
I would actually. I'd be very interested to see how that turns out.
Right.
I did hear that he was trying to go for more like a horror aspect, and I don't know because I don't know. But I mean, I did meet Todd McFarlane. I don't know if he'll ever see this. So next time I see him, hopefully he's not on site.
Right.
But hopefully maybe he can find like a nice balance between what we know as Spawn and whatever horror aspect he's trying to do.
That would be so dope. Changed.
Do you guys have any like favorite artists that you might look up to or inspire your style of drawing?
Look how Batman's coming. out.
Like me earlier, I used to love Jim Lee and Tom McFarlane, and like as like when I first started, I mimicked my style after them. But like after a while, like I grew out of it and I started finding my own style. So like my style pretty much a blend of what I see and when I'm in my life. So it's kind of like a hip hop urban Japanimation.
Nice.
That's fire.
Yeah, me, I very much like Jim Lee's art for the anatomy and details, but I like David Finch. I do like Todd McFarlane, especially what he's done for Spider-Man and the whole webbing and how he's everything kinetic. There's another guy, trying to remember right now, that has had a really good run on the Flash. How he makes everything, all fit into the panels and
Right.
everything, all bright and colorful, but also flowing into the image.
Right.
And I guess I'm also trying to find that identity because it's the way that I draw. It's almost like chameleon-like, depending on what you need me to do. Like if I'm drawing anime or whatever that is, I can draw it however. Like if you wanted me to draw Vegeta,
Right.
I just go right into Akira Toriyama. But if you want me to draw something like cyberpunk, like Ghost in the Shell, I can go there too. Or if you want me to draw American, depending on what you are asking of me, like
Right,
that's where I
first
can get
off.
you.
Nice. So like, do you have like a business where you do any commission jobs, or you just focus on building your own empire through like your own portfolio of work and then getting a big contract or something like that,
Well,
or
I
like
mean,
or getting known as like a great artist?
Well, it would be very humbling for to get put in that aspect. Me, yes, I'm trying to get commissions right now. That is the hard part. The one thing I think a lot of artists can relate to when they hear me say this is everyone wants your pictures. No one wants to pay for them.
Right.
So it's like that's the main thing. But then part of me loves this stuff so much, so it's kind of hard for me to just say, "Hey, man, I just want to do this just for the bucks." Of course, you want to get paid,
Right.
but I want to be able to get to a point where I can just do this just because, and of course, be very well off, and then just be like, hey, because originally this what got me into art at all is making kids and people and stuff smile, be inspired,
Right.
and them wanting to do this stuff, and I guess being a person of color also, them to say, hey, if they can do this, so can I, so that's why I kind of want to do it.
Y'all see how Batman's coming out, right? Right before your eyes.
Great
Joker won't be
job
pulling
over
that shit
there.
no more. Batman gonna survive. You heard?
Batman here.
Yeah. Let me be careful, cause the dick might still be around.
Right? You talking too
Yeah,
loud,
let
right?
me be careful.
Yeah, what kind of inspired your stuff, guys?
Like before, like most people, like I drew like the typical Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. But like after a while, like a couple of years ago, I thought about it like, I love Batman as much as the next person, but how many Batman catcher the Joker break out of Arkham, he escape stories I could do. So like then when I saw Black Panther, like I had a comic book that was pretty much halfway done, but once I saw like Black Panther, and I saw like how my people in general felt towards that movie, because it was a movie that was for us.
Right.
And like it wasn't trying to just trick us, it was a movie made for us. And once I saw that, it changed me. So I scrapped that. And I started making characters that represent me and people that I knew, like Spanish, black heroes, females, and and once I did that, like my whole even in just work changed. Like I started getting more commissions, and then it was more true to me. And pretty much to any artist out there, do what's true to you, and it shows do the art and all the stuff you create.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I wanted to just say, like, I've met him, Kevin, when I was working this one job called the Harlem Children's Zone, working with kids, and yeah, it's an interesting place, but I've always kind of been a fan of his work because, first of all, how he gets pages full on done. Like you guys got to see this, like how he does these pages so fast.
Right.
I can draw stuff like this really quick, but getting the whole thing in the page is amazing how he does it. But I do like that a lot of his stuff is very inclusive, very minority centric, and it has kind of affected also my work, too, trying to, get stuff out there. I'm going back to characters that I had already and going, hey, maybe we can change this a little bit.
Yeah, reinvent it.
It's very easy, growing up and reading a lot of these different books, how you can read it and you can see a bunch of, no offense, Caucasian faces, but you don't really see a lot of you
Right.
in there. So it's very easy to think that they're the only ones that exist in that universe. And like I said, seeing Black Panther and seeing how they made Wakanda, how they were all able to put that together. I read some of the books, but to see it on screen, you had people in the shikis and everything, like it was that big.
No, yeah,
And,
they did that right. They did that. They did that right.
Amazing.
And so, like, hopefully, if anything comes out of anything in all this, I would just hope that I touch one kid, boy, girl, person of color that they were able to look at, like I said, some of my stuff and say, hey, I want to, I think this is cool. Maybe I
Yeah.
can do this too.
Right, exactly.
Or even if you're into electronics or gaming or whatever, because that's another thing, that's another passion of mine. I feel like it's really cool that we're also breaking into the gaming market too, and getting more, especially more women are getting into gaming now.
Right.
So I think that's really awesome to do that too, because no offense, it's been an all boys club for many years, and it gets really boring. So I would like to be able to play 2K and get smacked by a girl by 20, and I won't be mad. Because she really knows, she knows how to play. Like she knows how to play. If there's any guys out there, please put your ladies on to some games.
Yeah, let them play with you.
It's very romantic, and also on top of it, if she smacks you by 20, you gotta tell your boys it's okay.
She'll tell them probably.
Yeah, right. She gonna brag.
Oh, where are you playing 2K? Didn't I wash you in 2K by 20 the other night?
Don't be
Like,
talking about.
Be quiet. You wilding right now. On phone with my guys. You wilding. So, do you have anything like new popping out that you're going to like present to anybody soon? So you have a project coming out with you have a new project?
Yeah. I got a new book. It's called Strange Fruit. You can order it on Amazon. Issue 2 should be coming out this Wednesday. And like it's pretty much it's New Jack City with a sprinkle of X-Men with a dash of Independence Day. Pretty much it's superheroes, mutants from the hood. And like aliens come to invade their projects in their neighborhood, and all the superheroes left because they done with a bigger threat. Like most of the time when something happened, the cops is never there, but they was there after. And pretty much they got to band together and defend their hood and their neighborhood.
Nice.
That's fire.
I mean, he sold me at Aliens, so I was already, but it's cool to have that like aspect, like, and it's awesome because he invited me, I remember, to draw a cover or two for one of his stuff, and drawing someone else's stuff, you find out how challenging that stuff really is, because you got to get into kind of the headspace of where they're coming from and the kind of stuff. Like I never want to just come in and put my own thing on that, because I respect people's stuff so much. But I do the stuff that I have read, and that's why I feel like you guys are really in a treat to see that.
Right.
And right now, for me, I can just because I'm finished here. But
Nice.
I will.
It's amazing.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
I want to show you guys maybe some stuff in my gallery that you guys can see.
Nice to look for. So that was the live drawing he did. He's going to show y'all some of his work that he's done already.
Yeah, this is again one of Kevin's characters from one of his books, and I figured let me take a stab at it. Add some lighting and details to things. I can draw on paper as well, but I'm trying to get myself to practice more today.
You made it on paper. You made it on this.
This was the first, really one of the first few drawings that I started drawing on the tablet.
Wow.
And it's like it is kind of like night and day, because I'm very used to like I was doing with the paper, and then I had to kind of like train myself to kind of draw it on and add different things. There is some things that make it better, and some things that make it worse. It depends. I feel like we should be able to do both, because it definitely can help you. It's an older one that I came back to and decided to color on, and
Superman.
He's
Yeah.
the best, of course.
Yes,
That's
me,
who you
y'all.
should have
And
come
then-
get Joker.
No, that's me.
And then-
I'm a Superman, but he had me. He had green in my pocket. Put something in my pocket. His pocket couldn't move.
And I do have a bats that I did do, and I did one with the different emblems, because you can't compete, you can't really make every crowd happy.
Right.
So you have those with the regular bat symbol, which I like. You have those people with the symbol, the circular emblem.
That's fire right there.
And adding the rain and all that stuff. We got Logan for those who like
I love
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
This took me a while with the snow stuff. Adding Vegeta because I'm a big Dragon
Super
Ball
Saiyan
fan.
Blue. Super Saiyan God Blue.
Yeah, actually, you guys got to watch Super after Tournament of Power. Like, it actually gets really good afterwards. You got to do one for Wakanda, so I had to draw a Black Panther in there. When I finish
BX for life.
when I finish up with the glow, and it's kind of funny you say that because Stan Lee actually came from the Bronx, so it's pretty awesome
Wow.
too.
Yeah, he did. I didn't know
to have
that. I
that.
just found out when they made that street for him.
Yeah, he went to Bronx Science.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So you gotta tell
BX,
people
I
the
see
best,
you.
the
Clinton,
best things come
'cause I
from the
went to
Bronx.
Exactly. Hip hop, Marvel, everything comes from the Bronx.
It's
Nightwing.
Nightwing that I was working on.
Didn't the
I came back
writers
to.
for Batman too? I think they came from the Bronx.
You have a
as
Bronx
well.
too?
Who you think is the best Robin? Nightwing? Who you think is the best Robin?
I got love for Nightwing.
Nightwing? I think his son is the best
Oh,
Robin.
Damien.
Yeah, Damien.
I have to say, Damien started warming up to me. I would say so, because at first the way it was written, it came off very a-hole-ish.
Yeah, he is
But
a
but then as he started, at coming on, and he started growing on you and the writers, you
Yeah.
kind of felt where he was coming from. He's very smart, but he still has a long way to go. Tim, I feel like, is a great detective.
Right.
He's a great fighter. Yeah, Jason Todd was a hothead because you always need one on your team. He's like the Tommy of the team. And then you got, of course, Dick Grayson. You can't beat that. The
classic
level-headed, the
yeah.
measured, and the women like him too. Actually, is that he has a huge fan base.
real?
Yeah, they like him for a lot of things, a lot of reasons. But and then Berserk, which is a picture that I drew here.
See, I know this stuff.
That look dope.
See,
If you're looking for a Japanese manga that will never fully give you the benefit of satisfaction because it's always going to torture you, like, read this book. It's written, the characters were written very human, and it's very realistic, even though some crazy fantastical stuff happens in this. But I just like how mature it is and how the artwork, I tried, like I said, you got to read the book to see how long the artwork, how great the artwork is. That's why it takes so darn long to finish. And then, we got just other stuff like a logo for a friend of mine.
Nice.
And just different things that I threw up there. And like I said, it's, I guess, an honor to be on here, to, be with you guys, to have my friend up here with me, because I need something to tell you about myself. I'd be shaking like a leaf. But I'm very thankful to get the opportunity to express myself. I wanted to also shout out some people, because also without their support, I wouldn't be here. You can find, my link here, of course, at Creatively Chris 88. So I threw that up on the screen here so you can see the spelling. But there's a poet who is a friend of mine, Moet. She goes by Lily Page. So it's Lily_Page, PAIGE _31 for great poetry, especially woman of color. And she writes a lot of stuff that really is pretty awesome. There's Jet Central Films, JETCENTRALFILMS, and he does a lot of different films that he puts out there. I'm also acting in some of their stuff too.
Nice.
And like I said, that's my handle.
My handle, you can check me out at Cole Cassius, COLECASHUS, on either at Facebook or Instagram for commissions. You can check out Strange Fruit on Amazon. And I'd like to say thank you for allowing me to be here and to showcase my art.
thank you for coming.
Thanks for coming out.
Appreciate it.
Shout out to Chris and Kevin. Thanks for coming out. Great artists. They killed it today, doing their craft right here on our show. Appreciate that. We had an art
Live
performance. You know what I'm saying? Live Action TV. Shout out to Miss Nikki,
Thank
the
you.
beautiful and intellectual and sweet. Shout out to the Joker for trying to kill me earlier, but I made it through that. I had to give him the Bronx BX boom. And
You just say that because he's not here no more.
word, I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful. So till next time, everybody, be positive, be smart, do what you gotta do. If you got a dream, if you got a goal, you gotta just do shit to make it happen. You can't just think about it, dream about it. You gotta be about it. All right. Till next time, LiveAction TV. Peace. You heard.